Alright, welcome to the channel. My name is Dan and this is Viking Designs. Now, today we're going to be talking about growing your business, growing your trade, construction, contracting business. Now, these are by no means a definite path on how to. These are more just my thoughts and things that I've learned being in business for 6+ years. So here's the typical scenario of a sole trader. So you get to the point where you want to start your own business. You got the skills, so you go out on your own. Now at the start, it's probably just you, or you and maybe one other person. You're working late nights, you're working all weekend, you're doing 60 to 70 hours a week, 40 hours on the tools, and 20+ hours in running the business, doing your quotes, invoices, and everything else that goes along with it. But it's working. You're building a name for yourself. You're gaining some momentum, you now have your own client base, and the word of mouth is spreading. So happy days. It's actually going so well that you can't keep up. You're having to say no to clients, you're actually having to turn down work. So what is the next logical step? It's probably time you grow. Now, the first thing that will happen when you are ready to expand is you will need to build a team. Now, this is probably one of the hardest aspects of running your own business, is finding the right people, and it's also one of the most important. So this is a big one here. I mean, you want to find someone that's skilled, that turns up on time, they have a good work ethic, they don't just bender all weekend and don't come in for Monday and Tuesday. I mean, you want to find somebody who is a team player and they're just going to fit in. Now, for example, this is my team. There's me. I have 2 full-time employees, both carpenters. Then I have 2 subcontractors that we use a whole lot. Then I have my wife helping me on the admin, booking appointments, that sort of thing. Then I have a bookkeeper and I also have an accountant. So that is 8 people just to run my small company. Now your company is going to be different. If you're a plumber, you could probably get away with working by yourself for a lot longer than, say, a landscaper who has to move just giant amounts of material. So this is going to vary depending on what trade you're in, but you will eventually get to the point where you need more hands. Now, the beauty of expanding is you can really focus on running the business. If you have a skilled worker that can do some of the jobs that you are currently doing, then that gives you time to actually sit down and work on the business, work on the marketing, work on getting your quotes out quicker, work on your invoicing. It gives you that little bit of extra freedom that you need to actually run the business properly. You can actually work on your business and not just in it all the time. So look, we're gonna circle back to this in a little bit, but yeah, building a team, it's a super important part of the process. Now, the other thing you want to think about when building your business is work-life balance. Once again, different people are going to want different things out of their business. If you're a young guy, you got a ton of energy and you just want to earn as much bank as humanly possible, then you're just going to want to work, make as much money, happy days. However, if you're maybe a little bit older and you have a young family, you might prioritize time over money. So this is what you need to weigh up. Do I want more time or do I want more money? You figure that out and then you figure out your work-life balance and then you design it all around that. Once you know what is your priority, then you will be able to grow the business the way you want it to run. Now, a really interesting book that I picked up recently is this. It is called the E-Myth. It basically says why most small businesses don't work and what to do about it. Now, I come across this book watching actually another guy on YouTube. I picked it up and it really has changed the way I thought about running a business. Okay, so here's the gist of the book. If you just want to be a carpenter and you just want to be on the tools, that's what you love to do, then maybe you shouldn't be running a small business. I know it sounds kind of harsh. The role of a small business owner is, being on the tools. So you're the head carpenter, the head of marketing, the head of sales, you're an accountant, you're a bookkeeper. I mean, the list goes on. So in order to do some of these roles well, you might need to dedicate a day to running your business. Now, this book goes on about basically taking yourself out of the business altogether, having it run itself. I'm not that interested in that. I do enjoy being on the tools. However, I've sort of met in the middle and now I'm on the tools 4 days a week and I'm in the office for the 5th day. That means instead of spending nights and weekends on the books, I just dedicate 1 day to it. By having this full day dedicated to running the business, I can work on the website, I can look at marketing, I can look at sales, I can get invoices sent out in a timely fashion, I can get quotes done and get them sent out as soon as possible as well. It's just allowed me to run my business better. You don't have to step back like I've done. You can continue to work your full hours and do your invoicing and your quoting at night, but you'll eventually burn out. I mean, it might not be in 5 years, it could be in 10 years, but eventually you will burn out. And if you get injured or you can't be there, or if you want to go on holidays, the whole business just comes to a grinding halt because you are the one and only. You are the guy that does all the carpentry, does all the books, does all the accounting. So I know this sounds a little weird, but in order to grow your business, you might want to consider just stepping back for a day and actually working on the business. These are just things to think about when building this business. If you are the be all and end all of this business, then if something happens to you, everything crumbles and the business is gone. But if you have lead carpenters, if you have laborers around, if you have people doing the books, if you have people doing admin, you can step out, you can go on a holiday, you can live your life a little bit more and the whole business won't grind to a halt. Once again, there are no hard and fast rules here. This is just some food for thought. These are just some things that I've been thinking about and that I've sort of put in place over the last 5 years. Good drop. All right, it is recap time. First things first, you need to build your team. Second on the list is work-life balance. Figure it out. Coming in at number 3 is learning to delegate. And finally, number 4, make time to work on your business. Not in your business, on your business. Yeah, that's it. The end.